Good day, everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic entitled Recognizing Opportunities, Generating Ideas, and Validating Ideas. For the learning objectives, we are going to explain why it is important to start a new firm when its window of opportunity is open. And then next, we are going to explain the difference between an opportunity and an idea. And then describe the three general approaches entrepreneurs use to identify opportunities. And then we are going to identify the four environmental trends that are most instrumental in creating business opportunities. And then lastly, we are going to know the list of personal characteristics that make some people better at recognizing business opportunities than others. So let us define first what is an idea. When we say idea, it is a thought, an impression, or an idea may or may not meet the criteria of an opportunity. And this is a critical point because many entrepreneurial ventures fail not because the entrepreneurs that launched them didn't work hard, but rather because there was no opportunity to begin with. Let us recognize opportunity. So when we say opportunity, it is a favorable set of circumstances that creates a need for a new product, service, or business. And then for opportunity, this is a metaphor that describes the time period in which a firm can realistically enter a new market. And then for the process of perceiving the possibility of a profitable new business or a new product or service, this is called opportunity recognition. So first, we will assess the environment or the situation if there is an opportunity or a favorable set of circumstances. And then we are going to describe on when we are going to push through with this opportunity, and that is what we call the window of opportunity. And then as we know what if there is a favorable set of circumstances and when are we going to pursue this, that is the time that we are already recognized or we already recognize the opportunity, and we're now in the process of perceiving the possibility of a profitable new business or product or even services. So here is a window of opportunity. Okay, so as we can see, so best times in life to start a business. So here are some of the situations that will open us of the opportunity that might be an instrument for us to create a business. Okay, so we have here the just graduated, just got a laptop, a perfect time you got the equipment to start a new business. Okay, now it's time to use what you know. So if you already graduated and then get depressed, now you know what rock bottom feels like. It won't get any worse. No, just move now that you are in a better place to do the things. So these are the situations and the opportunity that we can get out of these situations. So for example, this one, just died. Sorry, the window just missed. You just married. Congratulations, you got yourself a co-founder. Just found a job. Learn what you need and leave. Okay? Just fail the business. Super. Now you know how to not to do it. Okay? And then just live in the life. When things are going well, it's easier to start. Just get sick now that you're comfortably in bed, you can think of a plan. So for this example, even the situation is negative, you can see different opportunities, positive. An opportunity is a positive one, no? That you can create different thing out of a negative situation. You can create useful things or positive things out of a negative one. You just had a kid, now you have someone to be an example for. Okay, so this is the different situations, no? And then you can get positive opportunities out of this situation of our lives. Okay, so this is the window of opportunity. Okay. There are three ways to identify an opportunity. First is we need to observe the trends. So this approach means to identify opportunities by means of observing the trends and study how they create opportunities for entrepreneurs to pursue. Okay? So most important trends to follow are economic trends, social trends, technological advances, and political action and regulatory changes. Okay? So as we observe the trends that are happening today, we can get opportunities of that. So if we know that this trends or match our or this trend matches our passion, so why not try and to see this trend as an opportunity for us to start a new business. Okay. So here are the environmental trends testing business or product opportunity gaps. So we have the economic forces, the state of the economy. Uh, also includes the level of disposable income, consumer spending patterns. So we also have the social forces. So this is all about social and cultural trends, the demographic changes, which is about the what people think in, okay? And then we also have the technological advances, new technologies, emerging technologies, and new uses of old technologies. And then, of course, we need also to consider this one, political and regulatory changes. So there are new changes in political arena, new laws and regulations. So we are going to make business, product, or service opportunity gap. So as we have these forces, we can experience this one, no opportunity gap. So this is the difference between what's available and what's possible. So as we assess what is available and what's possible, in consideration with these forces, create now new business, products, and service ideas. When we say economic forces, this is an understanding about economic trends that is very helpful in determining areas that are ripe for new business ideas, as well as areas to avoid. So this is also important to evaluate, okay? Because this affects people's behavior. Okay? So beyond looking for discounts and the most value for their money, so we observe people's behavior. We are able to evaluate economic forces. Now, if the target market that your business will be going to or will be built in, the target market has a high buying power, or they are capable of buying expensive items, or they are capable of having experience expensive services. No? So this is all about evaluating the economic forces of your target market. This is also important when pursuing ideas and seeing opportunities. Okay. So another one is social force or social forces. This is an understanding of the impact of social forces on trends and how they affect new product, service, and business ideas. That is very fundamental, no, of the opportunity recognition puzzle. So changes in social trends alter how people and businesses behave and how they set their priorities. So as we are experiencing COVID-19 pandemic, so before um, are just spending so in accordance to our budget for example for our wants. No, we have this budget for our wants. But during this pandemic, we are able to convert that budget for our wants or that our behavior of spending money for our wants. We converted that to save for the or for our savings for us to have an additional budget for our needs. So that is an example of a shift of social force. So that if that's so, what are the entrepreneurs or business uh, men or business people will do? So they will create uh, ideas, and they will see if the opportunity matches their ideas and if it will match the consumer behavior based on the social forces. Okay? Also have the technological advances. So this frequently dovetail with economic and social changes to create opportunities. Technological advances also provide opportunities to perform everyday tasks in better or more convenient ways. So another aspect of technological advances is that once a technology is created, products often emerge to advance it. Okay, so this is nowadays we are told with the technological advances. There are lots of new offerings in connection to technology. So in that sense, we are able to create opportunity out of this situation or out of what is happening today. So example, during COVID-19 today, in the entertainment industry, no, as I have observed, before they are able to create movies because there are people who will watch movies. No? There are people who will go outside their houses or their homes to go to cinemas, to have shopping, and to watch movies. No? But now, they shifted into how about doing a mini series or a movie wherein they can able to uh, give stories, but at the same time, they can maximize the use of technology in terms of internet connection. As these people nowadays are home because of COVID-19 pandemic. And so they will stay at home and then watch movies using internet. So that's one of the examples. And another one, with the use of technology in our hospitality industry, for example, in restaurants and hotels, there are opportunities opening because of the COVID-19 and because of the availability of the material that will be used, in terms of technology. For example, they will create code for health declaration that is computerized. Okay, so that's one of the examples. No? So, and another one, they will modify their menu into a computerized menu instead contacts with the waiters or and the menu card. They instead create a menu on the tablets, no, that is also with the help of technology, okay, with the advances of technology. So those are the opportunities that are seen even we are now experiencing a negative situation, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. And these opportunities really help the different organizations, different businesses, of course, the hospitality businesses. Another consideration is political action and regulatory changes. Okay, so political and regulatory changes also provide the basis for opportunities. Changes in government regulations motivate business owners to start caring themselves by exceeding the regulations. So another example is today. We are in the middle of pandemic, so there are regulations from the IATF, national, from the interagency task force. So meaning those policies and regulations are need to be performed in all parts of the country. So the industry, or specifically the hospitality industry, which we have the restaurants and hotels, are really following the guidelines in terms of acceptance of the customers and the operation itself. So when they not follow the regulations, they cannot start their business or they cannot operate. So uh, we need to consider the political action and the regulatory changes, no, as an opportunity to be more disciplined and for these industries to continue operations even in the middle of the crisis. So it is a must to follow the rules and regulations of the government for the business opportunity to pursue. No? If you're going to have business and then you are going to create your business in the middle of the pandemic, so what are your considerations? You need to consider the rules and regulations, the policies that the government are uh, giving, that the government are into mandate, no, that should be followed by all of these uh, organizations and companies. Okay? There are three ways to identify an opportunity. First, again, there are ways to identify opportunities. So first is solving problems. So this approach is identifying opportunities by means of recognizing the problems and finding to solve them. So problems can be recognized by observing the challenges that people encounter in their daily lives and through more simple means such as intuition, serendipity, or chance. When we say intuition, this is more on our instinct. Serendipity, this is more on luck. And chance, this is more on opportunity. Okay? So we are going to identify opportunity by means of how about solving a problem in connection to COVID-19, no? What are the opportunities that can be seen na in order for the business to still continue to operate even in the middle of the crisis, no? So as we solve the problem, we are doing or we are seeing opportunity, no? Opportunity is possible to be pursued. Okay? So we need also to find gaps in the marketplace. So gaps in the marketplace are also a source of business ideas. No? Product gaps in the marketplace represent potentially viable business opportunities, and this is a common way that gaps in the market are recognized when people become frustrated because they can't find a product or service that they need and recognize that other people feel the same way. Okay, so as we can see the gaps in the marketplace, so that's the time we can create opportunities out of those gaps. Okay, so for example, prior to the opening or prior to the reopening of the establishment, no? So this owners, or for example, restaurants and hotel owners are really assessing what is happening or what are the future um, situations or conflicts or problems that may arise. So as they assess the gaps in the marketplace, they see different opportunities on how they will continue their business or how they will continue to employ people, to give people a source of living, even there is a problem. Find as they assess the situation and they find or they found the gaps between each and every situation, they can see opportunity to improve. Okay? What are the personal characteristics of entrepreneurs? Okay, so prior to experiences, there is what we call the corridor principle, which is states that once an entrepreneur starts a firm, he or she begins a journey down a path where corridors leading to new venture opportunities, which become apparent. Okay, so way, no, there is a sort of direction, no, in this kind of personal characteristics or what we call the corridor principle. There is a path, no, that is being followed. Okay. Also, we need to give focus on the cognitive factors. So, entrepreneurial, this is also known as the sixth sense, which is formally defined as the ability to notice things without engaging in deliberate search. Okay? So it means that you have this cognitive factor or cognitive characteristics that you see problems and you see different situations and build opportunity out of the situation. Next is social network. So we have the solo entrepreneurs and we have the network entrepreneurs. So for the solo entrepreneurs, these are those who identify their business ideas on their own. And then for the network entrepreneurs, these are those who identify their ideas through social contact. Okay, so we need to create social networks. So this is very important. So if you have lots of if you have lots of this connection to people, so you have the opportunity to introduce your products or to get them informed about your ideas, and those actions will be a source of opportunity for you to build your business, to gain profit out of knowing many people in different areas, and uh, having or building social networks. Okay. Social network also creates strong tie relationships. So this is characterized by frequent interaction and ties between coworkers, friends, and spouses. And weak ties as well characterized by infrequent interactions and ties between casual acquaintances. Of course, when you have many people or you have large connections, social networks, you have these chances to sell your products and for you to create large market, no, because you have large social network. So in comparison with small social network, so you are just locked into the circle of the people that you know, and then after that, what's next? Okay, so in building a business, you need to have a large social network and to create strong tie relationships with those social networks. Okay, next is creativity. So creativity is the process of generating a novel idea. Preparation is the background, experience, and knowledge that an entrepreneur brings to the opportunity recognition process. So incubation is the stage during which a person considers an idea or thinks about a problem. It is the mulling things over phase. Okay? So creativity involves uh, creativity itself, preparation, and incubation. Okay? Also, for creativity, we have this term insight, which is the recognition. When the solution to a problem is seen or an idea is being born. And then also under creativity is the evaluation. This is the stage of the creative process during which an idea is subjected to scrutiny and analyzed for its viability. And then for the elaboration, this is the stage during which the creative idea is put into a form. There are different techniques of generating ideas. First is brainstorming, focus group, and with the use of library and internet research. So brainstorming is simply the process of generating several ideas about specific topics, and then focus group is a gathering of 5 to 10 people who are selected because of their relationship to the issue being discussed. And of course, the library and internet research. Okay. For establishing a focal point for ideas, we have this idea bank or vote, a physical or digital repository for storing ideas. So an example of an idea bank would be a password, a protected location of a firm's intranet that is available only to qualified employees. So it may have a file for ideas that are being actively contemplated and a file for inactive ideas. Okay. Next is protecting ideas from being lost or stolen. So we have this intellectual property. This is any product of human intellect that is intangible but has value. It can be protected through tools such as patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. So as you are going to have your business, as you are going to create business, it's important that you know what is to share and what is not to share. No? Especially when it comes to procedures, no, and processes, and or the company secrets. So you need to be informed about the laws, no, on how you are going to secure your ideas, no, and protect ideas from being lost or stolen. Okay? And then we have this feasibility analysis. So this is the process of determining if a business is viable. The most effective businesses that emerge from a process that includes you need to recognize the idea, test the feasibility of the idea, writing a business plan, launching the business. And then feasibility analysis, here is a sample, or here is what you are going to include in your feasibility analysis. You need to have feasibility. Okay? To under that, we have the product, service desirability and demand, and then industry target market feasibility, the industry attractiveness, target market attractiveness, organizational feasibility, the management prowess, and the resource sufficiency. And then part four is the financial feasibility, total startup cash needed, financial performance of similar businesses, then overall financial attractiveness of the proposed venture overall assessment. Okay. Feasibility analysis for product service feasibility. This is an assessment of the overall appeal of the product or service being proposed. And then for the industry target market feasibility, this is an assessment of the overall appeal of the industry and the target market for the product or service proposed. For the organizational feasibility analysis, this is conducted to determine whether a proposed business has sufficient management expertise, organizational competence, and resources to successfully its business. So for the financial feasibility analysis, this is a preliminary financial assessment that is usually sufficient. Indeed, additional rigor at this point is typically not required because the specifics of the business will inevitably evolve, making it impractical to spend a lot of time early on preparing detailed financial forecasts. So for the financial feasibility, only the preliminary financial assessment is important. So you will observe in the actual scenario of what will really going to happen with in terms of the finances of the business. Okay, so that's it for our presentation for our topic. Okay, so recognizing ideas and opportunities. Okay, and generating these opportunities into viable and validating ideas. Okay, so I hope you learned from this discussion, and kindly check your Google Classroom additional instructions for the quiz and other learning materials that will help you to understand more about this topic. Again, thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.